welcome back. This is Jacob and today we are going to be continuing the Let's Play for Reavers 1999. So then, last time we went through quite the slice of life episode with 37's life at the Foundation at La Place and her finding herself a nice little new friends group and just finding new enjoyments in life, right? Even though those enjoyments come from beans. But yeah, that was a very nice slice of life episode with the Laplace characters coming together essentially and forming a new little friends group, and it was very wholesome to see them actually come together. And of course, every single one of them is kind of like, at least from what I can see, kind of like the loner type. So actually seeing them come together and form a little group between each other and just as the saying goes, just shoot the shit with each other, right, and enjoy life is very wholesome. And also because when I was done filming the last episode and was like looking at those 5 core characters of the previous story, I was thinking to myself, this is very funny. I did obviously stories on Ezra because obviously the side story and Ezra's character story, then 37 obviously main story related, her character story, and now even an anecdote. She's a very beloved child, right? and then Mesmer as well, both main story related stuff, and obviously she had her own anecdote as well, which still to this day, out of anecdotes, is still probably one of my favorites, the way it was written and everything. Character story-wise, I would say still probably 6 is among my favorites to this day. But anyway, that's beside the point. Then I was thinking to myself like, very, very interesting. X and Medicine Pocket are the only two I haven't really done anything with yet. X obviously has his anecdote, which we're obviously doing today. But MP is very interesting. Medicine Pocket doesn't really have any kind of, at least not for now, neither an anecdote or a character story, right? Which is very interesting considering how much Medicine Pocket gets brought up in like either main story or in a couple of anecdotes appears like a supporting character. I'm presuming they're gonna be doing some kind of anecdote for that character at some point, because I'm definitely looking forward to it, to seeing what it's gonna bring to the table and everything, because Medicine Pocket does seem like an interesting character with an interesting background, but I guess I'll have to wait, or rather we'll all have to wait until they do a character story on MP. But yeah, today we're gonna be checking out the character story for, or rather, sorry, character story, the anecdote for X and seeing what this is gonna be about. I always wanted to check out his anecdote for a while now, and just like the one for 37, kept postponing it. But it's mostly down to the fact that I found him interesting, and I do want to learn more about him. Plus, I have him as a character, so we can do the whole spiel today with checking out the anecdote, the character file, and voice files and everything. And then we can just move on with our lives and go to the next anecdote next time. But before anything, a little story here before we head into the rest. So the other day I was scrolling through my subscription feed on YouTube, and the new trailer for the upcoming patch for next week scrolled by. I haven't looked at the thumbnail too closely. I think the only thing in the thumbnail that stood out was a character with like silver hair, so I didn't really think about it too much. My subscription feed currently is being literally flooded with everybody playing the Arcanists Enfield Beta 2 test right now, so it's kind of crowded over there. I'm just happy that no one is actually using like spoilery thumbnails and everything. It's just like characters or just the regular splash art that is released for the game. So you know what? I'm happy with that, as long as none of them decide to do something spoilery and I have to absolutely unsub from them. Please don't do that. It's been a hassle to stay away from any kind of information for over a year and a half now, and not get spoiled. I just want the full game released. I just want the full game released so I can actually play and sink my teeth into that thing. But anyway, I did see that there is a trailer for it, and obviously I didn't see anything on that thumbnail. However, as I logged in, I think the day afterwards into the game, I saw the little annoying red blips, you know? My OCD was telling me I need to click them away. And as I was clicking them away, I found this. I see a Semmelweis! I think I know why you guys said that I'm probably gonna be enjoying this upcoming patch. Hell yeah, let's go vampire lore! I hope this is gonna be bringing in vampire lore. Also, because I did see the full thumbnail here. I presume this is the same thumbnail as it was used for the YouTube trailer, considering this has a link to it. Interesting little short stack here with silver hair and red eyes. I'm presuming this is the center vampire for the story that is upcoming. But yeah, I'm excited for this. You can say that. More Zemmel story, and I don't know what's gonna be here for the vampire crew and what they're gonna be revealing. But this looks like an interesting setup. With, like I already said, with Zemmel, a new vampire, no idea who that is. I have no idea who the chick is in the back, or between the two of them. The glove, however, the little glove with the red mark here, however, I don't know if that symbolizes that she's either working for the vampires or she's some kind of, I don't know, soldier, police officer, or whatever the hell. She definitely has some police or soldier vibe to the whole attire, but I cannot tell if she's supposed to like work for the vampires or for some vampire, or if she's something like a I don't know, vampire hunter. Maybe that's the case. Maybe that's gonna be the thing. However, I'm excited. This is gonna be fun, and I cannot wait for next week. Anyway, back to the regular scheduled programming. So yeah, with that out of the way. On the last episode, I saw a couple of very interesting comments as well, as per usual. Thank you very much for that, as always. But one of them put something into a very interesting perspective, and that one came from K-Rider-kun, who said, 37's Anecdote. It is a very sweet slice of life story for 37 after she left Math Island. This anecdote really does a great job of pushing 37 from the abstract theoretical math in her head and applying it into reality and learning that not all the abstract math in her head can work in reality, which in turn helps her connect more to the phenomenal world. Something that she lacks back during the events of Chapter 7. Oh yeah. I would like to point out that this anecdote does take place after Ezra's character story, which is the story where Ezra became the curator of Laplace Museum, which that story itself takes place sometime after the Uluru revival games. Also, yes, people did theorize that the Miracle Stone Ezra was talking about may had some help from Voyager. Speaking of Uluru revival games, I think I did mention it in the comments of the last Reverse video, but I will say it again. After Chapter 8, Vertin goes to Australia and voluntarily joins the revival of the Uluru games. After that, side story is the side story Last Evenings of Earth, which you will eventually play very soon, one day, and that side story does make it very obvious, blatantly very obviously, that it does take place right after Uluru games. You'll see why. Okay, yeah, thank you for putting that into perspective, and I think I do remember that you said that on the previous episode as well, for the timeline wise. But yeah, so Chapter 8, then the Uluru revival games in the land down under, and then Vertin goes on Last Evenings of Earth story tour. Okay, that is very interesting indeed. And yeah, I think I saw another comment as well talking about the Voyager thing. which is very interesting that it was already here teased. Obviously, that's what stories are gonna do right before the actual story happens and you connect the dots a bit more. But yeah, very interesting. The Voyager tease was very interesting, and also it kind of reminded me as well that that anecdote came out before Cosmic Overture, so back then you don't even know what is being who or what is being probably teased, I would say. Actually, when was Voyager released? Because I don't think even her file should be talking about something like that, right? I believe so, at least. I haven't... Did I read it? No, I didn't read it, right? No, I did. Never mind. Did I? Okay, I'm getting confused myself right now. I've read so many character files at this point. I'm getting confused. But yeah, very interesting that it was kind of teased in there as well. But yeah, thank you, K-Rider. Thank you very much for putting that into perspective. So I have like a sort of timeline post Chapter 8 in my head right now. It's gonna come in very handy. And yeah, the last evenings of Earth story is coming very soon with the next patch, right? So there's gonna be a lot of story episodes coming up very soon, like actual factual story episodes. I'm really excited. Again, once I'm caught up with last evenings of Earth, we can do Chapter 9, we can do Chapter 10. I think we can even do Chapter 11. It's gonna be a cruise. It's gonna be a cruise through a lot of main story. But speaking of, K-Rider here also said something, or K-Rider made me go and listen to something in-game in the Japanese dub of this game in the previous episode. This might not mean a lot for other people, but when I saw that, or rather when I heard that, I had a good laugh. So I kind of want to share this with everybody very quickly. So allow me, please. So in the previous episode, K-Rider yelled at me to, Jacob, you need to go and listen to Igor's Japanese VA. I was like, okay, what? Why? And I did go, obviously, and I had a good laugh. This is a very recognizable Japanese voice actor, especially for me, and especially for people who have played a certain game series. But that's as much as I'm gonna say right now. I'm gonna leave Igor to say a couple of words. For people who are gonna immediately recognize the voice actor, good on you. You get a cookie. And I hope you get a laugh out of this. I will just say I cannot picture this voice actor, as a bad guy, sadly, because of the role that I am, well, very used to hear him in. So, yeah, Igor, take it away, and I hope you all are gonna recognize immediately who it is who is talking. Anyway.
かなり人手を増やしたが、おそらく足りないだろう。アポストルスブラザーズとベンデッタが手を組んだ。少なくとも一人の首領がベンデッタに忠誠を誓ったと思われる。
Hello, Kiryu. How's it going, Kiryu? Let's just say I immediately understood why I was supposed to listen to the character's Japanese voice actor. Let's just say I was immediately aware why. Again, look, I have played too much Yakuza at this point. The moment this guy opened his mouth to talk, the first literal syllable on this sentence here, I was done. I was laughing. I was laughing my ass off. I even on a Discord call in the same day where I posted a new fresh Yakuza episode, I was like, hey, I have something to listen. I have something for you to listen. Because he also plays a lot of Yakuza, so I was like, if you don't recognize this voice actor... when Let's Plays overlap, it's always a fun thing. But yeah, anyway, thank you for that little tidbit. That was comedy pure. That was comedy pure. Anyway, back to X. Alright, now that the sidetracking is done, apologies for that, but anyway, let's see what we have. Very interesting picture immediately here. A book full of Rube Goldberg machines, I'm presuming, or his own. Oh boy, this is gonna be a story. Tuning fork, huh? Let's see. Farces always attract undue attention. How about a can of Dr. Pepper? Oh god. Oh no, is she gonna be in the story as well? Oh, this is gonna be the Will of Gears. Okay, so that's what this whole thing is called. But yeah, I'm presuming by that a certain someone is gonna be in this story, right? Lab suitcase. Interesting, so the lab in the suitcase? Alright. Oh god, I see it already. Oh boy, here we go. Fantastic, Regulus. I've tried this experiment so many times, but I've never had such amazing results.
Thank you.
You were the perfect fulcrum. I don't know what I would have done without you. Oh god. Have I really surprised you then? Huh, you've not even seen the best from this captain yet. Check me out. What are they doing? Regulus strikes the ball with her cue. Oh god. Are they playing billiards or something? The ball rolls forward, coasting along blindly down an overcomplicated track. Oh, never mind. It's a Rube Goldberg machine, yup. After an incomprehensible chain of fur Goldberg reactions. Oh, this is auto-scroll. What the shit? Reactions including a toy fire engine and a bowl of spaghetti, the fuse at last ignites, sounding off a 21-gun salute in the laboratory, which naturally comes accompanied by a positively wicked rock guitar riff courtesy of Regulus. Who thought it's a good idea to combine these two into a single unit? Easy as pie. Splendid, Captain. This show of ours is ready to shock the world. The two like-minded participants are quick to cheer their success. Unfortunately, one person's honey can be another's vinegar. And soon it would not only be fireworks exploding inside the laboratory. Oh, and Mesmer is here. Just what in the hell have you been doing here? Why is there a toothbrush stuck in the conveyor belt? A test tube rack hanging in the air? A banana peel lying on dry ice? And why, just why, are there rhinoceros horns? Okay, I thought I was misreading that. Are there rhinoceros horns in the disinfection cabinet? Oh, please don't mind the mess, Mesmer. All in the name of science. Regulus and I are just testing out some new gadgets. A rehearsal for a new performance.
Insanity.
I'm sure I don't need to tell you just how many safety regulations you've violated. Not that you would care. And what exactly is the scientific aim you hope to achieve with this absurd contraption? Obviously it's for the show. Obviously it's for mechanical science. You might not be familiar with the Rube Goldberg machines. Their constituent components may seem obtuse or unusual, but when combined, they produce results of remarkable precision.
Fabulous.
Oh, indeed, like lighting a firework that you could reach by simply bending down.
All right.
Well, maybe, but it's the process that matters. Otherwise, why wouldn't we just die as soon as we're born? Huh. He's not wrong there.
So gross.
I've never seen any viable scientific experiment involve a banana peel on dry ice.
Technically?
Is science not about exploring the unknown? As the argument begins to spiral up to its peak, Regulus could not help herself from cracking open a bottle of Dr. Pepper.
Insanity.
I've had enough of these childish fancies. Useful mechanics must be concise and repeatable, not these harebrained schemes you cook up in your imagination. That's only your own bias at work, Miss Mesmer. Simple machines might work like that, but it's totally different with complicated systems.
Oh, please.
With all due respect, these inventions of yours are nothing more than meaningless garbage. I suggest you dismantle this thing immediately and return the laboratory to its original state.
No, I don't agree.
My work is hardly useless. It reveals the hidden truths of the universe. Have you considered that life itself was born from a subtle Goldberg machine? In the chaotic primordial soup, chemicals collided randomly, forming by sheer precise coincidence the foundations of cellular life. God, that is hard to say. Similarly, in my apparatus, spheres move repeatedly, eventually reaching a subtle outcome. It's a transition from chaos to order. Uh-huh. Oh god, Vertin is here. What is that voice like? Wah! Vertin, just in time. I figured they're about to start fighting any second. Forget it.
I thought
the Arcanists here would be normal. Must the Timekeeper always be surrounded by these? Oh, actually selectable text. Did you call for me, Miss Mesmer? This has been a very bad time to arrive. The atmosphere around Mesmer Jr. at this moment can only be compared to the sky during the Great Fire of London in 1666. Damn! Mere seconds away from Inferno.
keep away from me.
Never mind. You should know, I will be documenting my observations of this incident in a forthcoming report. The professionalism of her words comes in sharp contrast with her barely concealed rage as she storms off. Damn, she is pissed. Alright. Also, very funny that she's also... I mean, it obviously makes sense that she's here as well, but very funny that I literally just was saying earlier that it would be kind of good idea to hop into X's story because I just literally was dealing with all of these characters. Alright. Potent drugs? An ounce of gold or its equivalent in dollars? Okay. Potent drugs. Well, money can be considered drugs, I guess. Are they gonna be... Oh god. In conclusion, researcher X's continued study on mechanical devices poses significant safety risks. It is recommended that researcher X undergo a thorough investigation for compliance, along with all of his mechanical devices. Oh boy. Neat handwriting, clear argumentation. It makes for another fine addition to the pile of over 30 other similar complaints. It seems Mesmer Jr. has put no small effort into her report. Now someone else has to work overtime to follow them through. Relax. There are no safety concerns with any of my devices.
Look!
See? It will all run automatically as soon as you sit down here. And the result is... a flower. But thankfully the subject of her investigation is both cooperative and enthusiastic in demonstrating his work. Next, let me present an experiment that uses marbles to turn off a set of lights after a 30-minute delay. Oh, and then I'll have to show you my machine that uses matches and fishing line to automate watering plants. And then... the Vertin. Leaving so soon? There's still a ton of apparatuses and blueprints I haven't shown you yet. Oh boy, a love of science is hard to criticize. But excessive passion in any pursuit can spiral into catastrophe. Are you certain you don't want to review my work again? This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
Oh!
What is that voice?
Timekeeper?
Oh, hi. You seem out of breath. Is someone chasing you? Sonetto?
My apologies.
Sorry, Mesmer Jr. said you might be here. I just came to check in. Did I disturb you? In fact, she has arrived just in time. Unfortunately, so does another.
Come on.
Hey, Vertin, where were you off to? I thought you and I were supposed to be having fun doing a systemic review of my work. Hello, Mr. X. Oh, hi, Miss Sonetto. I suppose your being here must mean we have a new mission?
That's right.
Precisely. The Foundation needs us to relocate an Arcanist to headquarters before the storm. The risk for this operation is relatively low. Timekeeper, you've been given free rein to designate your team members for this task. It does seem that this mission's target is rather tricky. Madam Z suggests that you bring along a team member who excels at communication.
What's wrong?
Hey, why are you looking at me like that? Why indeed? Considering you're a yapper, might be a good choice to bring you along and have a friendly atmosphere. I can't believe you dragged me out here. I'd love to help, but you know field missions aren't my strong suit. I'm more of a laboratory rat, you know? You won't be going back to... You won't be going back to the laboratory before the investigation ends.
All right.
Yes. I will do whatever I can to assist. But aren't most Arcanists known for their difficult personalities? What's so special about this guy? Sonetto flips through the mission book. Our target is Vlad Wilson, that's a name. Our target is Vlad Wilson, born into a family of potion makers. He's currently the sole owner of Wilson Pharmaceuticals. It also says he seems to be tied up in some kind of medical dispute. You're originally American, aren't you, Mr. X? Are you familiar with the name?
I regret to inform you.
I grew up in the slums, Sonetto. Not really the kind of place you just bump into pharmaceutical moguls. Why is she lit up right now? Is this a mistake? Okay, anyway. Really, I don't see how I can help with this mission. Okay, I think that was a mistake that she got lit up there for a second anyway. Maybe you should consider grabbing someone else. I can head back. Oh, dialogue choice? We could let you out here if you like. I caution you to remember the subject of your laboratory privileges. Wow! Sure, that sentence is a lot of sass. Of course. I was only joking.
This is not good.
So back to the case. How did he get into this medical dispute? As far as lawsuits go, I've heard these types of cases are notoriously tough. Got any more information in that book of yours? The details of the dispute were not included in the mission book, nor did Madam Z say anything. Perhaps it is a personal matter for Mr. Wilson. It is something to... it is immaterial to our mission. We only need to coordinate with him about the transfer. Yes, I just hope things go smoothly. I just remember we were in a car and I had a flashback to to Tooth Fairy. Good thing we didn't pick Tooth Fairy for this mission. The car comes to a sudden stop. Still a long distance to go to the target location.
What?
What is it? An ambush? No,
What a coincidence.
It seems to be a protest. Someone bangs on the car window frantically. Boycott Wilson Pharmaceuticals. Stop the patent acquisition. Give us back our medication. Wilson Pharmaceuticals is a price-gouging monster. Okay. Okay, I see why we're yoinking the guy out, I guess. Though they move to roll up the windows, streams of flyers are pushed into it, pushed in before it closes up entirely.
All right.
Oh, you are right, Miss Sonetto. This whole medical dispute doesn't seem to have anything to do with our mission or Arcanum in general.
Got it.
But I think I figured out what makes this Wilson guy so tricky. Take a look for yourself. Sonetto takes the flyer. Vlad Wilson recently listed 49 drug patents for sale, one of which is the only treatment for a copper metabolism disorder. And if the proposed sale goes through, the price will be increased from $1 per capsule to $550. Is this a jab at the thing that happened? That happened also in recent years from what was that little leech's name again? Martin Scorelli? Was that the name? I think that was the name. The pharma guy who increased prices for a specific medication to like just crazy amounts all of a sudden. I feel like this is a jab at that, right? Scorelli. Martin Scorelli, that was the name. That was the name of the guy. I had to look it up. wasn't sure if I'm remembering the correct surname. But yeah, that was a little shitter. That was the guy who he increased the price of some medication from $14, almost $14 to $750 per pill. Yeah, I think this is a jab at that. I have a dumb feeling this is a jab at that whole thing. Hey, you know what? If one of the next things that is gonna happen is gonna be the guy buys an album of some some group, and if it's gonna be a spoof at the Wu-Tang Clan, that's gonna be funny. Anyway, the Matthew effect, huh? To those who have, more will be given. But yeah, I'm actually gonna laugh my ass off if the guy literally uses the money to buy something like a Wu-Tang album. That was stupid. Anyway, Wilson, well, what are you worried about? We own the patent, so what can we change for it? So what we charge for it is alright. Doesn't matter whether it's sold for 1 or 1,000. It's none of their damn business. It's none of their damn business. The whiners whine all they like. The law is on our side. Well, I'm not going to delay this signing any longer. If you don't want to see this thing to my see this thing? If you don't want to set this thing to my price, then I can always sell the patent to the Brits instead. You got me? Okay. Damn. Who bit him in the ass? Wilson Company office. He slams the phone down. Sonetto, waiting patiently, at last seizes the opportunity to speak. Mr. Wilson, we are investigators from the St. Paulo Foundation. As per contract, please return to headquarters with us.
Of course.
Yeah, of course. I fully intend on complying with the Foundation.
But
first I need to take care of some company business. As you can see, I'm in a little pickle, and things are far from settled here. You'll just have to wait a few more days until this contract is finalized. Don't worry about it. You and your little investigators can put your feet up and relax. We'll be fully covering your travel expenses while you wait.
Oh?
But, this isn't what we originally agreed to, Mr. Wilson.
That's right.
That's right, Mr. Wilson. More importantly, the storm does not wait. They're gonna know that? That's why I've got to hurry up and sell these patents. Anyway, it's like you've got any choice in the matter. Or didn't you read the rider? Wilson smiles sharply. X casts a confused glance at Sonetto. There is indeed a clause. 17.2.2. The Foundation is required to assist in the transfer of property from Wilson Pharmaceuticals. We will fulfill our obligations.
But
But, Mr. Wilson, if the storm comes, it will be too late.
Please.
Relax, Little Miss Foundation. It won't take long. After my acquisition is complete, I'll honor the contract. I've got my reasons for this, you'll see. Till then, I've got work to do. Now get out of here. Go make yourselves comfortable. Okay, this better be good reasons, buddy. You're not filling me with, Actually, yeah. That he suddenly increased the prices and people now hate him. Actually, I do wonder right now if people already were kind of reserved about him before this, or if he literally just spiked up the price to make as much money as possible before the storm hits. So he has investing capital for the next venture, maybe, because he sees well, if everybody's gonna get it raised anyway, what does it matter if I increase the price, right? These people are gonna be gone. I mean, it's not a bad train of thought if that's gonna be the case, but it's still shitty. It's still shitty if that's his reasoning. Anyway, the protesters are still marching outside the office building. Cancel the sale! Protect patient rights! X rolls up the window.
Looks like...
This Wilson guy is pretty smart. I can't believe he's got us to sign that rider with the Foundation. Do we just keep waiting like this?
Timekeeper.
Timekeeper, I do understand your concern. But according to the terms of the rider, all we can do now is wait.
But
Mr. Whistle didn't even give us a definitive timeline. What are we going to do? Just wait around until the very last moment before the storm?
No.
That won't be necessary. If need be, I'll ask headquarters for permission to transfer him forcibly. Damn. I'm not sure if that will do much to help.
look!
Seems like headquarters was fully aware of Wilson's little pickle, but they still chose to make this agreement with them. I see. So that's how it is.
Looks like...
Miss Sonetto, I think we've misunderstood the true purpose of our mission. What do you mean? Sure, Wilson is an Arcanist, but he is a businessman first. He is just trying to seek the best outcome for his interests.
So?
So after learning about the storm, he chose to join up with the Foundation. But he also chose to sell off his patents, and is aiming on getting the most he can. Okay, my train of thought wasn't incorrect then, I guess. Of course, he had to expect that this would cause a lot of trouble, but as long as he's the rightful patent owner, he can sell it to anyone and for any price. Then he prepared his own retreat. So we're here as security? You got it, Miss Vertin. He knew the Foundation would send someone to pick him up. He also knew he could make them stick around using the rider.
This is not good.
So if the situation deteriorates any further, he'll be able to use us as a shield. Mr. X, what do you mean? Think about it. Might he not, for example, make us suppress a riot if it becomes a threat?
No.
Ridiculous. We will, of course... the Italian man. Sorry. We will, of course, ensure Mr. Wilson's personal safety, but we are under no obligation to follow his orders.
Got it.
Miss Sonetto, I can see why Madame Z warned you about this mission. The moment you said of course, you fell into his trap.
Huh?
I don't understand. Like it or not, he intends to make this part of our mission.
That's right.
Yes. Just follow the chain of events. All he will need to do is demonstrate that it is our job to assist in the transfer of property and protect the mission target. And on principle, we cannot refuse him. But the contract says nothing about suppressing riots.
So?
So then the next part is clear. We've got to find a break in the chain and exploit it before he passes that buck on to us.
What's wrong?
Why are you all looking at me like that?
This is
Sorry,
fantastic.
your analysis was so reasonable that I almost lost my train of thought. Seems like we must entrust this next part to you, X. Wait, are you starting to pass the buck already?
This is not good.
Are we? Well, I can probably keep him safe, but I'm not sure if I'm the right person for the job. Of course you are, Mr. X, and I must say it is truly an honor to be on this mission with you. Your insight has been most invaluable to our mission, truly. Well, this mission just went from bad to worse.
Gotta go.
I'd better get out of here before you two find more work to give me. See you later, my heartless friends. This guy. Okay. Alright, so I guess I wasn't wrong in analyzing what the guy is currently doing, but again, we'll see how that, if that even changes. The kids, huh? Beyond curiosity and imagination lies a little bit of vindictiveness. There's never much fun in waiting around. But I'll say one thing for her. She never wastes time. Morning, Timekeeper. Did you happen to see Mr. X? Weren't you two just together? Yes, but after we left Mr. Wilson's office, X suddenly claimed he had to get some coffee. Good excuse. I welcome the coffee excuse. But when I went to check, he wasn't in the cafe downstairs. I was hoping to ask him to go over the rider again and perhaps draw up a formal proposal. Could you use my help instead? Oh, no, please, Timekeeper. Leave the paperwork to your capable assistant. But if you do have time, could I trouble you to help me find Mr. X? Find X. Underground parking lot. Finding an X is not hard. There's always a big X on the ground somewhere. One only needs to consider where someone would go when they're trying to dodge work. Somewhere spacious, quiet, and off the beaten track.
Alright.
Okay, one more wire to go. Who wants to provide our final lucky wire? Me! Kids? X finds himself in an old garage, one he has set up in near to the protesters? Near to the protesters. Why does that sound off to me? Anyway. And in front of him now stands a rudimentary Rube Goldberg machine. So far, it consists of marbles, wires, rusty horns, a sprinkler, and a bucket with the bottom missing household junk. Before him, a group of kids from the protest gather around, looking at the contraption in amazement.
Thank you.
Thanks to everyone's enthusiastic support, our fully automated marble launcher is finally ready.
And
Simply
then push it gently like this.
Simply adjust the machine to the desired angle and press this spring. Then we can enjoy a marvelous flying marble show. Who wants to go first? The children eagerly raise their hands. One little girl is particularly loud in her excitement. Ladies first. Let's let Sophie, our prize bucket sponsor, come up and take our maiden flight. I told you I'd get you back for spraying me with that sprinkler. Sophie lets out a vindictive laugh as she turns the machine toward her companion and presses the spring down smugly. The marble bursts up and outwards, rolling around inside the bottomless bucket 3 times, and then flings out high into the air. Okay, auto-scrolling. Traveling through the rusty horn before it lands right back where it started. Great machine. The children are speechless.
Done.
Beautiful. An unmitigated success, Sophie.
Technically?
You see, no matter what angle you set it at, the marble will always return to its original position.
This is a discovery.
A truly epic invention. A fully automated marble launcher which self-resets for unlimited use. Well, that was a great voice line. X begins to clap for himself. The response is an overwhelming chorus of boos from the kids. Hey, what's this all about, mister? You promised me that marble would fly 30 feet. In fact, I promised that the vertical flight distance would be 30 meters. And what about the precise targeting? It didn't even hit him. A marble falling back into its exact starting position is the very definition of precise targeting. If I know it was just gonna do that, I never would have given you the bucket. The kids start into an uproar as loud as the protests outside. Mixed in are shouts of "Make a better one! Give me back my sprinkler!" And I'm telling my mom that you're a weirdo. The atmosphere here is electric, to say the least.
What?
Is Mr. X putting on some kind of performance for these children? He seems to be enjoying it. Oh! Vertin, Miss Sonetto, when did you get here? Don't be so nervous. Mr. X, the Timekeeper just wants to see your latest performance. Right, so what is this? Sprinkler she just mentioned? It's the most fun machine in the whole world. It made Sophie cry and call for her mom. Nuh-uh, I wasn't crying. That was just water. Looks like there was quite a showdown here. Don't look at me like that. I solemnly swear that this machine was carefully designed to avoid any risk of harm. I can explain this. As X begins to speak, several calling voices are heard in the distance. That's my mom. Guess it's time for my medicine again. Yeah, my dad says we've got to leave soon, so wanna meet up and play here tomorrow? I don't know. Mom said she might have to take me back to the hospital, but only if Mr. Wilson grows a heart. Damn. Oof. Yeah. That sucks. Why do we gotta be sick? Oh, are all of these kids probably patients that need the medicine? Ooh. Why do we gotta be sick? It'd be cool if we could just wind up a spring and reset like this weirdo's toy. Though I thought you said you didn't like my automatic marble launcher. Yeah, cause I don't. I'm going home. You can keep the broken bucket, Mr. Weirdo. The children begin to leave. That just sounded like a flock of seagulls. Probably not far off from children. Anyway, the children begin to leave, heading back towards their waiting parents.
So, is that...
Who were those kids? They're all children with congenital copper metabolism disorder. Uh-huh. I'll explain, but just wait a sec. X lets out a sigh and begins to dismantle his contraption, carefully removing each of the different donated pieces. I'll be just a minute. Okay, I wonder what what he's doing here. Gathering more intel, or maybe both gathering intel and also just entertaining the kids and just making them not think about their disease for a moment. Interesting. Starting point, end point. It's a law of physics. There are no exceptions.
So, is that...
So then their parents are the protesters we encountered all of a sudden encouraged. We encountered at the march.
That's right.
Yes, their parents have been protesting outside Wilson Pharmaceuticals for days now, so I offered to watch their kids. I wanted to give these kids a bit of a break, make something fun for them, you know? A lot of them have been in and out of hospitals for a long time, so I thought they could use something to lift their spirits. Okay, so yeah, he was entertaining the kids. Hopefully they'll never have to know why their parents were protesting. I mean, considering the storm is incoming, they won't. They definitely won't. Sadly. Sadly. So you decided to make a toy for them? Oh, it wasn't just a toy.
Technically?
I prefer to describe it as a project. It seems you're very passionate about this project.
This is a very inspiring creation?
That's an interesting voice line. Mr. X, it was very kind of you to create such an amusement for these children. But there's another angle to it. You got them involved. A sense of involvement is important for attracting an audience. But your investors protested the product. But your investors protested the product didn't meet expectations. Huh? Oh, I get it. But your investors protested the product didn't meet the expectations.
Sorry.
That was still kind of like a broken sentence. But your investors protested the product didn't meet expectations. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Well, I can't help that. I can't just let little kids run around with a marble launcher that just shoots off anywhere, now can I?
And I...
Still, seems like I'm not as good at building a respectable rapport with these kids. You sell yourself short, Mr. X. It's plainly clear they like you. Well, I appreciate your confidence. The way they play reminds me a lot of the other kids who played in the orphanage growing up.
Huh?
Orphanage?
That's right.
Yes, it's a bit different from growing up in the St. Paul Foundation, like you did. Back then, I had lots of siblings. I would often make machines like this. I get them to invest too.
But
later... Oh no, did something happen? I joined the foundation, and well, frankly it's hard to find the same sort of investors there. Okay. Is that so?
that's right.
Of course. My brothers and sisters back then would give me anything I needed, just to see what I'd make. But when it comes to convincing adults, like Laplace and Mesmer, they're not so eager, especially that overbearing complainer.
What?
What was that about Miss Mesmer? Oh, nothing. She's a fine colleague.
No.
Oh, perhaps I heard you wrong. No, you did not. But what Sophie just said does remind me of something Miss Mesmer Jr. has said about mankind. One only needs to press the button to activate the feature. The toggle switch connects the circuits. If only the human condition could be repaired like a machine.
Interesting.
Miss Sonetto, Do you realize that's an excellent proposition on mechanical theory?
Huh?
What do you mean? I'm afraid I don't know anything at all about mechanical theory. No, no.
What a coincidence.
What you just quoted, or should I say proposed, is precisely what lies at the heart of the LSCC's ethos. If we know the state of the universe at some initial time, we can determine its state at any other time. The ultimate goal of the LSCC is to build an omniscient intelligent machine capable of doing just that. Right. But how dangerous is a machine like that as well? At the same time, this is kind of like good and bad at the same time, right?
This is
Is
fantastic.
Is that so? That would be an amazing feat.
But
But I'm afraid this would still not achieve Miss Mesmer's ideal.
I regret to inform you.
Miss Sonetto, if society were to behave like a perfect machine, and each element would follow a precise and predictable orbit, what would determine who benefits from the system and who doesn't? Yeah, that's a good one.
I'm not sure.
The system? The initial point. Because in a measured orbit, everything is predetermined, so we only need to calculate the initial position of any one part to calculate all of its states from past to future in the orbit. Therefore, if the ball is set to move from point A to point B, then it might be that wealth is destined to flow from the poor to the rich. And because the system is so designed that only those who pay get treatment, so individuals with higher starting points will receive the greatest benefits. It's a rational system, and a legal one for now. No surprises and no miracles. Yeah. You seem to be confusing social systems for mechanical ones.
All right.
Fundamentally, there is no difference between humans and machines. Oh, I apologize, I've gone off topic. Miss Sonetto, would you mind helping me clean this up?
Okay.
Happy to help. But what did you mean by initial point? Interesting point of view. Definitely. Yeah, here's a point. Also, the way he was talking about the whole, if there was a system that determines everything from start, kind of, it's not the same, but it kind of reminds me of the utopia that is usually present in like Star Trek, right? Where Earth essentially doesn't have any kind of money anymore. People just work for the benefit of themselves and humanity as a whole, right? But yeah, what determines what you're getting in a system like that? How are resources shared? How do you avoid that people don't get too greedy about something, or you know, how do you do the how? Do you just slowly introduce it into society until people are used to it, and then it becomes a completely normal thing, probably? But yeah, interesting thing that was kind of introduced there. Anyway, part 6, Gravitational Potential. EP equals MGH. This law also applies to social constructs. Miles per hour? EP. Did that? I mean, I know MPH is miles per hour, unless it means. Actually, I'm curious. What the hell is EP? Oh boy, math. In mathematics, an EP matrix or range Hermitian matrix or RPN matrix is a square matrix A whose range is equal to the range of its conjugate transpose A. Asterisk. Another equivalent characterization of EP matrices is that the range of A is orthogonal to the null space of A, thus EP matrices are also known as RPN, range perpendicular to null space matrices. Okay, this is going a tiny bit over my head right now, so anyway, let's continue. Sorry. Mr. Wilson's patent transfer has been delayed now for 3 days. Today is the last day to sign. According to the agreement, we will transfer Mr. Wilson to headquarters immediately after the contract is signed.
But
now... Price gougers kill! Price gougers kill! Give us back our money! Back! El back! A raging protest surrounds the Wilson Pharmaceutical building, waiting for his car to depart. Once the contract is signed, the only effective drug for a serious copper metabolism disorder will rise from $1 to $550. For both sides, this seems to be their last chance.
Hello.
Mail clerk? Hello, are you from the St. Paulo Foundation? We're with Mr. Wilson. We'd like to ask you to accompany us to the signing location to keep things under control. I'm sure you understand that is not our responsibility. According to the rider you signed with Mr. Wilson, the Foundation must assist Wilson Pharmaceuticals in the transfer of all property. These patents are the company's property. Please understand, we are only asking you to act in accordance with the contract.
I'm clear.
I understand. We will do what we must to assist you. Sonetto? Just you, miss? Nowhere in the contract does it specify the number of people that must be present during this transfer. The Timekeeper has more important tasks, so this application will be fulfilled by me as her assistant.
Of course.
Of course, I'm certain we can trust in your capabilities as an agent of the St. Paul Foundation. Please follow me. Vertin stays quiet.
No worries.
Not to worry, Timekeeper. I'll decide whether it is necessary to activate our emergency plan to protect Mr. Wilson as the situation develops. You and Mr. X should take this time to make preparations for the transfer. Sonetto and the clerks from Wilson Pharmaceuticals take their leave. Everything is proceeding just as X said it would, yet the prophet himself is not present. Instead, on the roof of an abandoned high-rise building, a lone figure stands against the wind. Hi there. If there is an intelligence that can understand all the forces that bring vitality to nature, and all the elements and things that constitute nature and their current states, and this intelligence is great enough to analyze all this data, then from the largest object in the universe to the smallest particle, the movements of every body in time and space can be encompassed in the same formula. For this intelligence, nothing is uncertain. The future will unwind before it with the same certainty that the past does. The wind rustles the pages of the book.
Interesting.
What a beautiful discourse, Mr. Laplace.
But
It's just a pity. The butterfly has already flapped its wings. Oh, bring the butterfly back, huh? When you were erecting that perfect machine, did you ever think that even the smallest gears might have a will of their own? Talking about Laplace as a Rube Goldberg machine? Huh? I'm guessing there. Okay, wait. What was the full... Let me read that again. The full monologue he gave. And all the elements and things that constitute nature and their current states. And this intelligence is great enough to analyze all this data. Okay. Talking about humans being able to analyze stuff or something. Or maybe himself? I don't know. Then from the largest object in the universe to the smallest particle, the movements of everybody in time and space can be encompassed in the same formula. For this intelligence, nothing is uncertain. The future will unwind before it with the same certainty that the past does. Maybe even talking directly about Vertin? Herself? Interesting. That was an interesting monologue, almost like someone completely different was talking there for a tiny bit. Anyway, continuing. The protesters are gathering in front of Wilson Pharmaceuticals. The rage of the crowd is growing to a fever pitch. Out with Wilson! Wilson has blood on his hands! Damn it, we won't be able to get out. Allow me. Sonetto takes a deep breath.
May the peace be with us.
Then she lifts her arms high. Alright, spells. A simple and harmless arcane skill. It grants a blessing to the road, so that Wilson's car is able to safely drive away despite the crowds. The headlights come on, everyone can only watch as Wilson's car speeds away, harmlessly passing through the crowd. Useless miners! What do these idiots know? It costs money to go to London, to develop a drug, to avoid a storm, to come back. Everything costs money. Besides, why should I care about things like ethics when the storm is about to wash away everything? I don't have time for this. Get out of the way, you stupid bastard! Okay, yeah, again I was right. He's doing this literally because he sees... pretty much just sees like everything is gonna be washed away by the storm. So he literally doesn't have to care right now, right? That's how he sees it. Wilson pushes his driver out, taking the wheel of his car and slamming on the gas pedal. Uh-oh. Huh? And he crashed. Sonetto! The smoke disperses. The crowd has instinctively retreated from the crash, forming a large circle. Smoke billows out from Wilson's black car. It has crumpled like a crushed soda can. A sudden and unexpected accident. Oh my god! Wilson is dead! He was crushed by his own company's sign falling down! Oh Jesus! Seems like God finally took an interest! Hallelujah!
Caspita!
How could this have happened? Well, karma? Perhaps it is only a momentary illusion, but it seems to Vertin that she has spied the fluctuation of her arcane skill not far away on an abandoned high-rise. Yet a second look confirms there is no one to be seen. Oh? Oh? What are we saying here? That the sign hit him because our dear boy might have done something? Huh? Maybe? Silent machine. Everything in its place. Okay, this is I think the final one as well. Huh. Oh, back at Laplace. Hallway, Foundation.
My apologies.
I'm terribly sorry, Timekeeper. We failed our mission. I should have done something sooner. This wasn't your fault, Sonetto. I'm afraid it was completely unavoidable. This wasn't your fault, Sonetto. No need to comfort me, Timekeeper. I'm prepared to take full responsibility. Sonetto! Yes. Well, I'm going in. Sonetto disappears through the door to the interrogation room. Also, as a complete side note, the more I'm continuing with this this episode right now in recording, the more my nose is getting stuffy again, and it's hard to even do character voices anymore. Anyway, I should have expected we'd fall into some trouble when we return to the Foundation. Seems like I'm not cut out for field missions. Is that really the story you're going with?
This is not good.
What? We haven't even entered the interrogation room, and you're already starting to question me? Don't change the subject, Mr. X.
Alright.
Fine. But before you begin, let me ask first. What makes you think I did anything? Your absence at the scene was noted. Convenient, even. I was just playing games with the kids. You read the report. I'm sure you'll find they all passed the lie detector test that was administered, verifying my whereabouts at the time. Sound of gears was heard at the crime scene.
It's a normal symptom.
And I'm sure you also read that the report concluded that there was a loose part on the sign. As for gears, come on, it's New York. That could have been anything. It's easy to fake an accident with Goldberg machine. All of life is a rude Goldberg machine. The only question is the outcome and the initial point.
But
You're asking, did I make it? If I did, where was its fulcrum? There wasn't any trace of a machine at the scene. Uh-huh. Thoughts begin to race. Ultimately, X is the common feature of every Goldberg apparatus. From Regulus's firework lighting cue to Sophie's marble launching spring. Human action is the initial point for every mechanical device. The participants themselves are a part of the experiment. Their behavior, their actions, engineered as a part of the machine. Stable, controllable, and able to follow instructions. Yeah, that's a good point to make, actually. Okay, back to when Sonetto casted her spell. Via Pilar. Oh, might that have been the trigger? Your fulcrum was a person. You used her. You used Sonetto.
sorry.
I don't know what you could possibly mean. We both know I wasn't there. So how could I have controlled Miss Sonetto's actions? Are you trying to say that Miss Sonetto acted as my accomplice? That's a very serious accusation, wouldn't you say? You... Vertin! They're calling you, Vertin. Maybe we can talk more after this. Uh-huh. He's being very cagey. Interrogation room.
So?
This chick. Okay. That's been a while since I saw this portrait. So, do you have any additional information to add about the incident? Anything that could help would be welcome, Timekeeper. Please answer honestly. Silence. At first, the choice to speak up would have only implicated one person, but that is no longer the case. I have shared all the information I know.
Nice.
I understand. Thank you for your cooperation. Okay, that was quick. Alright, X. The wait for the verdict drags on, a sword hanging over the heads of two friends, dangling on a thread. Finally...
Timekeeper!
Timekeeper, great. I've been looking for you. I'm to inform you that the Foundation has dismissed their investigation. Dismissed? The results from the crime scene found no trace of unexpected arcane activity. The case has been officially ruled an accident. Still, I'm planning on staying late at the Foundation so I can volunteer for the very next mission. I must rectify this blot on our record. Are you leaving? Yes, I have something to take care of.
Alright.
Oh, alright. Well, see you soon. By the way, it seems like the patent acquisition was terminated after Mr. Wilson's accident, so it seems the price on the drug will remain $1. Nice. Nice. Still, could this truly have been God's will? Or perhaps it was... there a devil in the machine? There was a devil in the machine. You look angry. Did you know? Did you see this coming? You're overestimating my skills, Miss Vertin. Arcanists are good with intuitive insight, and humans are good with logic-based deduction. When the two compete against each other, they might turn a blind eye to the absurdity and chaos that is the world and what happens to certain people in it. Uh-huh. Go on.
Sorry.
Vertin, I am sorry about the accident.
But
The rain falls on the just and the unjust alike. Isn't that what they say? Arcanists and humans, the poor and the rich, as long as we all walk this earth, we're all the same. That's just how the world works. So, are we all just cogs in the machine to you? When the marble is set, it doesn't really matter who triggers the spring. It flings and its target will always be the same. In fact, when you consider the mechanistic nature of reality, we're all cogs of one kind or another. But you use your friend, my friend. You use her. That's why you're
Got it.
upset? Well, I understand. Don't worry. I promise you won't see any more devices that pose safety risks in the laboratory after this. Very sneaky there. He's basically confirming that yeah, he had a hand in it, but also at the same time saying that his hands are clean, right? X turns to leave, but stops again. Oh, now that their investigation is over, would you mind if I took some of these letters off your hands? The mechanical expert smiles, waving the documents back at her before disappearing through the laboratory doorway. Huh. Alright. The fireplace burns low and quiet. In conclusion, researcher X's study on mechanical devices poses significant safety risks, which, through unintended consequences, might result in damages, including but not limited to burns, collision, disabilities, death, etc. X takes a sip of his coffee, marveling with pride at the words as he raises the letter into the air. A marvelous insight. These machines certainly have their dangers. Burning. That certainly is a risk. X taps the edge of his cup, beginning a series of outrageous mechanical movements as Mesmer's stack of complaints is pulled one by one from his desk into the fireplace, where they turn to ash, leaving not a single trace. And this is how it ends, huh? Ooh, this is interesting. I do want to say something, but I do want to go through his file first, his notes and everything before I say something. I have a feeling right now what might be the case with our dear Rude Goldberg, loving guy, and it's kind of based on what he quoted there earlier, the thing I was going through again. But anyway, first off, considering that there is no report up here, let's go and see his file, shall we? Right then. X, an Arcanist's work, exhibited in the 1930s for 16 years, completed in spring on May 30th, exhibited in the state of New York, USA, and later the exhibit was kept in the institution Lawrence. Okay, so he's from the 30s, huh? Damn. Also very interesting. I never looked at his signature. So yeah, obviously he is X, but his signature, instead of just being an X, looks like a butterfly. Again, the proverbial butterfly flapping its wings. His medium is a machine-inspired ingenuity of the sage. Intelligence and enchanted item. Fragrance notes: floral, fruity, spicy, bergamot, orange, sage, incense. Those are smells, I guess. Alright, your voice lines. Let's hear them, buddy.
Everything in the world is born of laws and regulations. There are no coincidences, let alone adventures. There are only expected results, such as our encounter.
Aha, you don't say.
The last time I enjoyed the sun like this was in the afternoon. I went for an outing in the orphanage. But later, they found me.
The way he said that. To the future.
The development of the world is like a huge Goldberg machine. I'm curious as to where this little ball of history will lead. Try my new inventions. I had never prepared for a plan B in your absence.
Alright then.
It's so nice to meet you. I've been waiting for so long. Good morning. The timing with which you push the door is just right. The bread in the kitchen should be ready now.
Yeah? What did you make in the kitchen?
Good morning. I had a dream last night. In my dream, You want to know? Come here, let me tell you.
Oh God. Oh God.
What I will show you now is that through these little leather boots, the lights will be turned on 30 minutes later.
Oh no.
Can I borrow you tonight? I really need your help for my new machine. Please?
That elongated please. What did you make?
My eyes. A little scary, aren't they? Kids new to the orphanage were a little afraid of them. But in the end, everyone likes me.
Sure. Outside of Mesmer.
I got you. I won't let you go. Unless you agree to join my experiment. The kids at the orphanage were skinny and fragile. No one was fed enough, nor did we have winter clothes. If only we had a sister like you to help us at that time.
Alright.
They like to group people with talents. That's the reason why I became interested in the study of enchantment. It doesn't matter whether the user is talented for arcanum. You once told me that the Goldberg machine is also an example of the butterfly effect. I like this statement very much.
I mean, yeah?
I seem to have grown a bit taller recently. Can you tell?
Did you?
There exists a singular point in everyone that makes him or her unique. The dean always told me that I should laugh more as a child. You look about the same age as me. Say cheese.
What a goofball.
Arcanists. Ordinary people. Rich and poor. Everyone's got blood and may bleed. Let us get along with everyone equally. Me. Did you find something? What interesting accident will happen next?
Oh, funny. This is gonna be funny. The battle quotes are something that I don't think I've ever heard from him, because I never put him on a team.
Huh.
Huh.
Wow.
What?
Every choice will affect the outcome. Just a reminder. Watch your steps. Whoops. An accident. Please live up to my expectations, colleagues. Pitch. Easy job. Don't worry. Let's have a cup of tea.
This is funny. He's cast arcane skill 1.
Please live up to my expectations, colleagues.
Yeah.
Whoops. An accident.
This one was definitely...
Please live up to my expectations, colleagues.
This one was definitely recorded at another time. Or rather, this was recorded on a completely different mic. I wonder if this is what maybe the VA recorded by himself at home and just sent a file in. Could be the case, but that's kind of funny.
Mind the machines on the ground. Bang.
Okay, that was with delay.
My apologies. Don't beat me. Hey, you will be sorry.
Damn.
I would like to express my deepest regret for the accidents.
Okay. Unlocked after insight. Oh, yeah, right. I don't have him promoted. Is he cheap to promote? This one I cannot unlock because it's a garment one. Hold on.
A new accessory. I'm inspired. Thank you. You've been a great help.
Good. I'm happy for you.
A new accessory. I'm inspired. Thank you. You've been a great help.
Oh, it is the voice line. Okay. Okay. Luckily, this unlocked immediately on the first insight. Okay, good. Anyway, moving on. Chaos Butterfly. Invaluable. A product developed in Lorentz under the guidance of X. It is mainly used to determine the fluctuation of chaos particles in nearby regions and is commonly used to detect the use of arcane skills in the vicinity. The device is currently in the testing stage and will not go into mass production temporarily. Also, very interesting name for for the device. Chaos Butterfly, huh? Design supplies, also invaluable, consisting of a pen given by an orphanage, a number of sketches and an old book. Item enchanting essentials. It contains countless wild ideas and possibilities. Yeah, his personal notebook. Components. He calls it a useless brass tube that just happens to be in my pocket. But judging by its odd shape, it is easily to surmise that it is a crucial part of a huge machine. Yeah, it's definitely part of something. Pipework, huh? Alright. Story. Has mechanical age arrived? After the second industrial revolution, countless factories were set up. The roar of machinery continued around the clock as the wave of modernization affected every aspect of the American society. Radio, automobiles, steam-powered ships, and airplanes changed the way people lived. The great machine age had arrived. Cutting-edge machines could help people solve issues from dining to traveling, though they might be complex, sophisticated, and expensive. Rube Goldberg machines were thus born. They are convoluted, yet incredibly simple. In comparison with the mass-produced mechanical components in factories, Goldberg machines use parts that are much simpler and more absurd. Their invention might be meant to poke fun at the era of precise engineering, though nobody actually knows the truth. Some think this is a joke, but there are others who are very serious about it. Yeah. Also very funny to think about, yeah, the mechanical age, the machine age, how much impacted humanity in industrialization essentially, and how much machines did replace people in their workplaces and stuff like that. But still the world kind of balanced itself out. But now we're sadly living in a much more dangerous era where AI is taking over a lot of shit, and it's not good. It's definitely worse than the industrial era. That shit needs to be regulated heavily. Anyway, something for nothing. Water, land, and air autonomous blimp. Sensational work by young engineering genius. He clutched at the newspaper in his hand and made a face at the picture of a teenager laughing in a giant blimp. He then smugly placed the newspaper in the most conspicuous spot in the cabinet next to some oddly shaped machines. Then the next day he took the latest newspaper, where he found an even more eye-catching headline. A foolish genius? No plans of selling the blimp's design. Next, a breadcrumb spraying dispenser. He pouted and muttered, sounding slightly put out. They're just so harsh. I'm no more than an average Joe. Another newspaper was carefully placed in the cabinet. Alright, yeah, he's collecting news about himself. Interesting. Alright, the interview. Life is filled with surprises, huh? Okay, starting with Pandora. Please introduce this exquisite mechanical ball you're holding. It's just a toy I made for fun. Instead, I'd like to introduce this auto-seduction lipstick I've just invented. Have a look! Is there anyone in the world better suited to test this out? That's right, alright. What an impressive invention. Let's talk about something else. There was an accident at an orphanage a few years ago, and I heard you were present. Oh? If you want to discuss topics that have nothing to do with the interview, you have to test this bubblegum spraying alarm clock in exchange, okay? The deceased appear to have been killed by a loose shingle from the roof. The angle, wind speed, and power it had was incredibly precise. Oh, such is life. It's filled with coincidences and accidents. Don't be sad. Now, let's try this mini priest bouncer and pray for him, shall we? Please excuse me. Ouch, don't pull me. Okay, and they're both humming now. Yeah, again, more stuff about him getting kind of getting rid of people without making him himself be out that he is responsible for, because he's just using like the coincidence of life, right? This just fills me with more of the idea, like this anecdote pretty much kind of gave me the idea of him, the anecdote itself already talked about what Laplace is trying to achieve is a machine that is able to predict literally everything, right? But what if he is already someone who can literally see everything already? And that's why he's fascinated by Rube Goldberg machines, because they are something even he can't predict, maybe. Like the outcome of the thing, he can't even predict precisely how it's gonna turn out, where it's gonna go, because there are tiny little coinkydinks in there and imperfections and stuff like that. I don't know, but yeah, he definitely seems to be someone who is using just something as insignificant that just happens to be there as a tool. Almost, you know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of how stupid the plotline always seems to be around death in the Final Destination stuff, right? Final Destination is kind of like the Rube Goldberg machine of death. But I don't know. He definitely seems like he's aware of a lot of stuff. Like a lot of his sentences around the whole predictability of stuff seem to be just centered around the fact that maybe he can tell stuff apart. Actually, now that I'm reminded of, what are his skills called again? Coffee or tea? Don't worry about this. We need some flavors in this boring stuff. Boiling water can also be very inspiring. A node and cathode. They found balance and separation just like the poles of a magnet. Yeah. Minimalism and maximalism. I pushed a tiny ball with the hope of creating an avalanche. Yeah. Yeah, that just fills it even more. Okay. Yeah. Interesting character. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what else to say here. He definitely feels like he knows, like, everything that is happening. And because also his... Oh, I actually just noticed the little thing, the third item in his item 3-item selection thing. It's literally just hanging there on the side. Anyway, yeah. He definitely seems like he knows. He knows a lot of stuff, like what will happen and how it's gonna happen. As long as he observes it, maybe? Or is present? Or is in the know? I don't know. But also maybe because of his... upbringing and the orphanage. And how he felt like... how poor they were, rather, and stuff like that. Maybe there is a bit of vindictivism in there, right? Against people who are in power, but are abusing the poor people, essentially. So he kind of just uses fate, in quotes, to do his bidding, to punish the people who are harming other people, maybe. But yeah, very interesting character in general. Gonna have to keep an eye out. I don't know how much more he's gonna be present in the story. I mean, he is part of the Laplace crew and everything, so we'll see. Also, they use him in a lot of promotional material when it comes to announcements and stuff, right? So that's also kind of like very, very funny. Also, I think I made the comment last episode that his drawing style is pretty much the same drawing style that they are using for official art, right? For the game. I actually wonder if X is kind of like a self-insert, maybe, by Bluepock, right, into the story, in a sense. That definitely leaves me with a kind of like the impression of maybe a self-inserted character of either the writers or Bluepock themselves. There's always a self-insert, right? There's always a self-insert into these stories, into almost any game, quite honestly, by the writer or creators. But yeah, curious. I'm curious what you guys are gonna tell me after the story of old theories and stuff like that, because right now I can only think about what I just said. I cannot really think about more, but yeah, he definitely feels like he just sees he sees the beginning and he sees the end of an action and its outcome. And yeah, who knows? Like I said, maybe that is why he's fascinated by the Rube Goldberg stuff, right? Because that is maybe something he can't really predict compared to everything else. But yeah, anyway, I think this is where we're gonna end this episode. This is gonna be a bit of a shorter episode than usual, but next time, I don't know, next time we're gonna check out more anecdotes, because we still have like almost 2 weeks to go until the side story gets added into the game. What is gonna be the next one, I don't know. I will say though, I did see a comment on the previous episode about doing the story for a night. I do want to wait with this one a tiny bit longer, because I do want to acquire a knight as a unit in game, so I can do what I just did with X and what I do usually with all the other characters, right, when I have them, because I want to have everything in one single episode. But pretty much, I know I could use like the wiki and stuff like that to read through there and listen to voice lines and everything, or read through voice lines, I guess. But I would kind of rather have everything in game than rely too much on the wiki. I don't mind relying on the wiki when it's just like one single article or something that you know, I can't view in game anymore. That is fine. Or on outsourcing, outside of game videos and stuff like that. Outsourcing. What the hell? Where did that come from? But yeah, I am definitely interested to see the story for the night. Specifically because it's still because mostly because of the Oliver story from back then. But I do want to kind of wait out a bit longer and see if I can acquire the guy in game and level up his trust. But yeah, I don't know which next one to do. We'll see. There's a couple of ones that are kind of leftovers from quite some time ago. Some are now done. Maybe Sotheby? That one's gonna be super short. I think 6 only. Oh boy. I don't know. Sotheby maybe because of recent stuff, story related. Polony maybe because of the Route 77 stuff. That is still fresh in my mind. But yeah, we'll see. Maybe even Regulus. Why not? Why not more Dr. Pepper stuff? We'll see. We'll see about that next time, but for now, thank you very much for watching and listening. Hope you enjoyed. If you did so, please consider leaving a like. It would help out a lot. If you're new to the channel, consider subscribing. And if you want to support me more directly, memberships are open on the channel. And as I always say, no video will be behind a membership. It's purely there for support. So thank you very much to all the members already doing so. Much appreciated. And yeah, I hope you all have a fantastic day wherever you are. Apologies again if my voice sounds a tiny bit off because continuously I keep going between having a full nose and not, and that kind of impacts talking, of course. But yeah, thank you very much. Hope you have a fantastic day wherever you are and you're not going through some kind of weird sickness like I am right now. And I will see you in the next one. Until then, bye-bye.